Leader. This is Passe Partout.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Renee Allen. A bicyclist is dead after a crash in Iberia Parish. A 44-year-old Ricky Paul Flores of New Iberia was killed. That crash happened on Bull Island Road late Friday night. State police say Flores was riding his bike south in the northbound lane. At the same time, the driver of a Ford Ranger was traveling south. Another uninvolved vehicle caused Flores to steer his bike into the southbound lane. The Ford Ranger struck Flores. He died at the scene. In Evangeline Parish, an escaped inmate has been captured. The sheriff's office says Deontarian Devon Wilson of Mamu escaped Friday. A corrections deputy was returning to the jail with an inmate, we're told, when Wilson took off running and escaped. He was recaptured later that day. Now to the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Correctional Center deputy who is accused of introducing contraband into the parish jail last week. 40-year-old Donald Gilbert Jr. of Lafayette was arrested after what we're told was an extensive investigation. I attended that briefing that was held on Wednesday.
No, look, there's zero tolerance by the sheriff on any of this, whether it's an offender working inside the facility, whether it's somebody outside the facility.
Captain John Miles says Donald Gilbert Jr.'s arrest stems from the Sheriff's Office corrections staff criminal unit who came upon some information.
He's got rights to his process, and when that investigation's over with, maybe we can get into more of the details.
We're told Gilbert is a relatively new employee who's been with the department for about 7 to 8 months. Gilbert's now facing a slew of criminal charges.
3 counts of introduction of contraband into a penal facility, on 1 count of distribution and possession with the intent to distribute controlled dangerous substance, which was Suboxone, and 3 counts of criminal conspiracy.
Mal explains all corrections office employees within LPSO go through extensive training on working within the corrections environment. He says LPSO employees hold themselves to a high standard because they realize the safety implications that come from things being brought into the facility.
It puts them at danger, it puts their co-workers at danger along with other people that are living inside the facility.
The sheriff in a statement said, quote, "The safety and security of our employees and offenders in our facilities is our top priority. This type of behavior undermines those efforts and will not be tolerated. We will continue to hold our deputies to the highest standards," end quote. A shooting in Jennings earlier this month left a man paralyzed and fighting for his life. Hoyt Lejeune was on his way to work when he was shot twice in the back in a drive-by shooting on November 10th. Now he suffered multiple injuries and is paralyzed from the waist down. His brother says the timing of this tragedy is just horrible, especially during the holidays. He says his brother and sister-in-law just purchased a home and now they need help keeping it. He says Hoyt is strong and will pull through with his wife and 3 boys.
One of the bullets entered and severed his spine. The other bullet that entered in ricocheted inside his body. He's up and responding to us, and we were able to talk to him. So he's alive and well, just that he's got a long recovery ahead.
Now, Jennings police arrested and charged Wayne Anthony Weibel with attempted first-degree murder and flight from an officer in connection with this shooting. Police say the shooting is still under investigation and there is no known motive at this time. Then a man is seeking justice after going to court this week. 3 months ago in August, we first reported that Jonathan Zenon said he was hospitalized after being attacked by 5 pit bulls on Dynasty Lane near Sunset. News 10's Rodriguez Taylor finding out how the investigation is moving forward.
Jonathan Zenon says he came to court Monday hoping to get justice after he says he was attacked by 5 pit bulls. However, the results he was looking for did not happen. A warning for our viewers, some may find the images graphic.
I'm scarred for life. I got scars on me for life. I just want to know why the judge ruled that way and what's going on. I mean, there's no justice.
Monday, during a civil hearing, Judge Gerard Caswell handed down a decision on the dogs involved in the August 31st attack of Jonathan Zenon. Elisa Gautreaux, a chief felony prosecutor in the St. Landry Parish, says Judge Caswell ruled the dogs as dangerous instead of vicious.
If a dog is deemed to be a dangerous animal, and as all these were in this case, it was an unprovoked attack. It's a first-time incident. No history with these dogs before.
From your department, was there any evidence stating,
of any history?
Any history
No.
of these dogs? So
No.
you guys didn't have that?
Did not. That was not part of the evidence that was adduced during the hearing on the 21st. So that you got to have those reports in.
She says the dogs will be returned to their owner, but with stipulations.
He's going to have to put all these things in place and satisfy animal control that he's done his part to secure these animals in a safe, and proper manner.
Gautreaux says community input is important as they look deeper into the case.
That's a shame. Them dogs were trying to eat this man alive, and you're going to rule that the dogs are not vicious? I mean, I don't see how anyone in their right mind could say that. It's unreal.
In Opelousas, Rodrika Taylor, KLFY News 10.
The dog owner was arrested for negligent injury and is no longer in jail. The dogs were placed into the custody of animal control. Then police in Virginia are sharing new information about the gunman who killed 6 people and injured several others in a Walmart supercenter Tuesday night. The 31-year-old shooter was a supervisor, we're told, at the store and left a note claiming he was tormented by his co-workers. Bradley Blackburn brings us up to speed on this.
Family and friends grieved at a memorial just steps away from the Walmart store where 6 people lost their lives. We now know the youngest was 16-year-old Fernando Chavez Barron.
I prayed yesterday night with my whole family for him. We got flowers and candles at home for him too.
Fernando started working at the store recently. Loved ones say he used his first paycheck to buy gifts for his mom. Walmart has confirmed that all of the victims in Tuesday's shooting were store employees. The shooter was a store manager who witnesses say opened fire inside a break room as workers were about to start the overnight shift.
He literally was just doing like this. He was not aiming at anybody specific. He was just shooting all throughout the room.
Police released this memo found in his phone where 31-year-old Andre Bing asked for God's forgiveness and complained about being bullied by co-workers. He seemed to blame the shooting on the belief that his phone had recently been hacked. Investigators say the 9mm handgun he used was purchased legally just hours before the attack. Virginia is not among the 9 states with a waiting period to buy a gun.
The rationale behind waiting periods is that gun violence is often impulsive, and forcing a gun buyer to take a cooling off period can reduce violence.
Authorities say the shooter, who died at the scene with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, did pass a background check before buying the weapon. He had no criminal history. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
So yesterday, Small Business Saturday, of course, was a celebration to support local businesses in the area. News 10's Dawson D'Amico highlighting 2 businesses as they got in gear for the holiday season.
Small businesses are the backbone of any community, and I'm here to celebrate 2 specific small businesses to highlight for this year's Small Business Saturday. We start off at Allwood Furniture, located on Pinhook Road in Lafayette. This business is unique for their handcrafted furniture made from, yep, you guessed it, all wood.
Every piece of furniture we build is unique to itself. We can build the same piece thousands of times, but with the cypress that we use, every piece will come out different, no matter how many times you build.
Striving to bring a smile to all customers' faces this holiday season, longtime employee of Allwood Furniture, Daniel Broussard, highlights what makes their customers great.
We have great clientele. We have a lot of return customers as well, and we really enjoy seeing our customers come back that are satisfied and happy with everything they've gotten. And that's what we strive for.
The next small business we are highlighting is the Pink Paisley, located at the Arnold Boulevard Shopping Center. The Pink Paisley is a boutique business for all customers to find what they need any time of the year.
Definitely seasonal, but we have a strong mix of everything, including local Louisiana merchandise. We are a mom and pop, locally owned shop, so built from the ground up by me and my husband, and we love the Lafayette community. They have shown us so much love since we opened.
Owner Amy Lemoyne shares how grateful it is for residents to support small businesses in the community.
When you shop small, you're supporting people who live in the same area as you. We're more than likely going to be the ones who are going to support the Little League teams, the local charities, and just give back to our community because we live here.
The holiday season is not only fun, but can also be stressful at the same time. Helping support your local small businesses can make the holidays all the more memorable for everyone involved. In Lafayette, Dawson D'Amico, KLFY News 10.
And residents all over Lafayette are ready to put up their Christmas decorations, of course. News 10's Zane Hogue takes us to Bridgepoint Farms, where lights are shining bright.
Here in Lafayette, Bridgepoint Farms has assembled Acadiana's first drive-through Christmas light show.
Well, we have 24 acres out here of Bridgepoint Farms, and it's such a beautiful property. We wanted to do something to showcase it and to let everybody come and see what we do at Bridgepoint for Christmas.
Head says the plans for the perfect drive-through light show have been months in the making.
It has been an ongoing process. It's been in the plans for several months, but we started it in the summer. I just thought it would be great to be able to bring your mother, your father, your grandparents, your children. You didn't have to get out of the car and go walk somewhere. You could ride through and have hot chocolate, listen to Christmas music, and enjoy the lights.
Even Head's grandchildren are excited for the community to experience the holiday cheer.
And it's really fun, and I would like the whole town come and experience it because it is a really cool experience. Christmas at Bridgepoint!
Good job.
And anyone interested in checking out the light show at Bridgepoint Farms can check it out every night through Christmas Eve. In Lafayette, I'm Zane Hogue for KLFY News 10.
I love the little ones. And very quickly, just want to remind you that we here at KLFY are honoring a remarkable woman across Acadiana. And now is your chance to nominate someone. We want to celebrate women that inspire, lead, and forge the way for other women. To nominate a woman, go to KLFY.com. Nominations will be taken until December 17th. Trevor Saunier, we're going to check with him over now in the Weather Center. Yesterday was a wet one for us, and today we're just hoping that it'll be a whole lot better, like you said.
Well, I think it will be. I think we'll see mostly sunny skies and some pretty warm temperatures, and it looks like that will continue through your Monday as well. Let's take a look at temperatures for this morning. We're in the upper 40s, 49 in Lafayette, 47 in New Iberia, 48 degrees in Baton Rouge. Satellite radar shows clear skies. We have an upper level feature that's now moving across the heartland. Rain for the mid-Atlantic. That's all the rain that we saw yesterday morning. Meanwhile, some snows across the Rockies and across the lower plains, so some fresh snows for them. But for us, we have a lot of sunshine for today. Temperatures rising through the 60s and getting into the low to mid-70s, finally getting to maybe above average for this time of year for today and for tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies out there, maybe a few high clouds coming in, but that would really be about it. And for tomorrow, a continuation of the nice weather. Temperatures will be warming up through the day because of it. Again, in the low to mid-70s. It's still pretty cool at night, though, getting into the upper 40s to lower 50s for tomorrow morning to begin your new work week, and then for tomorrow afternoon hovering somewhere in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So here's the upper level pattern. We have one system that's now moving out. They gave us a good soaking yesterday morning. We saw 1 to 2 inches across most of the area. Some isolated amounts as high as 3 inches were observed with that system. This one will come in rather uneventfully for tonight, and then our next one will be coming in for Tuesday night and Wednesday. We have some strong flow aloft with this one, especially in the lower plains, mainly to our north, but it looks like we could see a severe weather threat with this next system coming in, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday looking pretty good. More of a zonal west to east type of flow. You really need a lot of north to south flow to get storm systems like you see here across the western portions of the country. But for us, the end of the week looked pretty good. Severe weather threat for Tuesday night, Wednesday. A level 2 risk for most of Acadiana. A level 3 risk further to the north across the northern portions of the state and into western Mississippi and into the Memphis area. So something we'll definitely be monitoring for sure. Damaging winds, hail, tornadoes, all could be possible with this next system. 73 your high today, mostly sunny and warm. A west wind at 6 to 14 miles per hour. 7-day forecast has nice weather for your Monday with temperatures in the 70s. Rain chance, I'm thinking mainly Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. I think it'll come in mainly during the overnight hours of Tuesday. Hopefully by Wednesday we'll be clearing out pretty fast. Thursday and Friday look good. It will be much cooler though on Thursday. 60 degrees your high after a morning start in the lower 40s.
Oh, that's all we need for